Hi there, this is Jim Roller. I'm the publisher of Destination-BBQ.com. Wanted to put together a quick video for you to kind of show you some features of our map. The map happens to be one of the most visited pages on our site day in and day out, as you might assume. And while you can and probably should, generally speaking, just use it as is without putting any real thought into it, that's the way it's designed to be used, of course. And, if we did our job right, that's the way most people probably use it. But if you dig a little bit deeper, there are some options there that you might be aware of and might kind of help you find things that you're looking for. So let me take a quick look at the map. You can get there by going to the sidebar and going to the link. If you're on a phone, of course, it'll look a little bit different. It'll probably a little bit more like this. Excuse that messy desktop. And you'll get something like this that you might click on and find. But again, while that's going I'll take it full screen while that's going to the map. And here we are. By default, the map will ask you permission to find your location, because I've already done that once today as I was recording this earlier and screwing it up. It's asked for my permission, which is a day-long permission. So bottom line, to find your location on the map asks your permission to find out where you are. Then it will designate your location as this green spot. You can see I'm here in Mount Pleasant. And by default, it will look around you and it will find the closest 25 restaurants to you within 100 miles. Of course, being here in Charleston, I have a whole lot of restaurants around me, so it didn't have to go very far to find 25 of them. But if I were, say, in Chester, for example, and we'll take a look at that in a second, I guess, it will have a wider search area, obviously, because it's looking within 100 miles to give us the closest 25. So just taking a look at this area up here at first, we'll take a look. We've already explained these. I could change that if I wanted and make this, say, a 10-mile radius and give me, 50 restaurants. I doubt I have 50 within that range. But it won't update automatically. You have to click the Find South Carolina Barbecue button, which I'll do here. And it will look within 10 miles of my area and give me not 50, because there aren't 50, but all of them really within the 10-mile radius from my home. As you see over here as well, it will tell you those that are closest to you. Actually, I want to point something out, because you may notice that before Smoke Barbecue is the first listing, and now Jim and Nick's is. Because I hit Find South Carolina Barbecue, it based it on the search location of the zip code 29464, which is our zip code here. The zip code is not the exact same location as my house, which is where the first one was done from. So if I click this button here, it will actually find your current location, which it does naturally by default. And you'll see that actually I'm right here in Mount Pleasant and not somewhere over here where it was before. And now Smoke is the first listing. So that's kind of a good thing to know. So again, to kind of refresh, you will see that the map will, with your permission, find your current location and show you everything based on your current location. But if you change some of the settings, it will base it on whatever this search location happens to be. In this case, 29464. So if I click it again, you'll notice, let me zoom in and get rid of this. You'll see that I'm right here in the corner between basically the trip out to Sullivan's Island and this is Rifle Range Road. It's not important, but if I click it now, you'll see that it'll move to here, which is sort of the central location in Mount Pleasant, I guess, that is where 29464 originates, in a sense. So it moved. Not all that important, but just something to be aware of. While I'm here, I might as well go ahead and talk about the rest of the map. You know that this can help center your location. It'll find where you are. This will refresh the map, which I'll do again. So essentially they do the same thing to find your location. The little guy, of course, you can drag and drop on any location, just like you could in Google Maps. This will take you to a full screen view. I'm on the desktop, of course, so I'm just going to hit X to come or escape to come out of it rather. But if you want a full screen view, you press that. You can have a map view, you can have a satellite view, and you can zoom in and out. You could even have a terrain map if you wanted. So all of those functions are available. It's just a Google thing. So you can find those there. Again, on the side here, you'll see these are the list of restaurants that are closest to you, to that which is farthest away of the ones that were found. So whereas Smoke was about a mile from me, Bessinger's in West Ashley is 9.5 miles from my current location, which is the farthest one away that it found. All right, so that's how that works. Again, if you were on a phone, it might look something more like this, whereas all that information's at the top, the map's in the middle, and below that are all the search locations, again, in order from closest to farthest away from your current location or the location that's given on the map. One other thing that I wanted to take a look at is, well, two things, I guess. The search location, like I said, we could go to Chester, if I could type, South Carolina. And again, it doesn't do it automatically. I need to press Find South Carolina Barbecue. Like when it searched for Mount Pleasant, the 29464, it finds a central location. And notice we're having a much farther view. These are the closest 25 to Chester, based on the central location of Chester. And again, I'll zoom in here a bit. You are the green marker, the orange markers are the restaurants. All right, and by the way, Buttermilk's Barbecue, it just opened as takeout only in Chester, so if you haven't tried them, give them a shot. All right, the last thing I want to show you is this. You have a drop down that gives you a bunch of different ways that you can search. If you wanted to find all the 100-mile barbecue restaurants, that is those designated by the South Carolina Barbecue Association as worth driving 100 miles to visit, again, it will look for anything near Chester that's within 100 miles, give you 25 results that are classified as a 100-mile barbecue. Click there again, and it'll do a search. Granddaddy's comes up first because it is a featured restaurant. That's why it's here in orange. Midway would be the closest one that's been designated a 100-mile barbecue, and they're about 25 miles from Chester. And so you'll see, and then this, if you go over here, it'll pop up there. You can actually see more information, and you can see right here under this, they have deemed Cannon's to be a 100-mile barbecue. You can see, you can go to TripAdvisor and see their results. You can see their hours. So more information is available under more information, addresses, and etc. Finally, if you'd like to get a street view, you could go to there, and it will give you a street view of, in this case, we're in Little Mountain, and there's Cannon's Barbecue right there. And to go back out, we do what we did before. And you could zoom here, and that should give you an overhead view. You can get directions by pressing this button or by pressing the button over here, and that will take you out into Google Maps and put the address in there, and it will take you from your current location or the one that was searched in there to the destination, in this case in Little Mountain. I'll go back. And so that's it. There's a bunch of different categories that you can search for. Those accept cards and cash, those that take cash only, the types of sauces they serve, whether they're True Q certified, which means they've been certified by the Campaign for Real Barbecue that's based in North Carolina, which certifies places as cooking their barbecue with 100% wood as their heat source. So you could search for those as well. And finally, the other sauces. And I've added whole hog as a category, and I'm also going to be adding other categories in the future, such as do they serve hash or things of that sort. So it's a work in progress. Anyway, that's a not so quick look at the features of the map, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen.